How you guys doing? It's Profithigh73. Let me go over my swing trade AUPH. In my intro, I mentioned that I had opened up an E-Trade account. Opened it up with $500. I'm trying to get it up to the 2,000 so I can start shorting stocks as well as buying. So I'm not just limited to one style. So this is a trend line that I noticed on AUPH yesterday, on Friday. They come out with news about upcoming news. And if you watch Tim Sykes' DVD Spikeability, I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check it out. Um, it's a little expensive, but it's worth it. He also has another DVD of How to Make Millions, and I'll leave a link to that as well in the description. It's a little bit cheaper, and all proceeds of that one actually go to a charity. And it's like 30 hours long of information, in case you really want to start getting into trading and learning different styles and what to look at. But one of his things in his spikeability is upcoming news plays, where a company will come out with news that they're going to have news in the future, and AUPH came out with news that they were going to have news on the 30th. Um, this didn't really affect it. It affected my position in the fact that the stock price is coming up. Um, but this is a trend line since news had come out, and I'll show you. It looks a little stronger on freestockcharts.com. I actually learned from this website from Kunal Bulls of Wall Street. Did a webinar with him, and he brought this up. And if you don't have a trading platform, you don't have a charting platform. Um, this one has, during the day, this is live. You can track and chart as the stock is moving. And I actually alerted this on Stock Twits, which I like Stock Twits. It's basically a Twitter for stocks. Um, and if you post something on a public forum, you get a public opinion response, and the public opinion never cares about your feelings. They'll tell you whether you're right or wrong, doesn't matter. Um, but anyway, I alerted this around 11:30. If I still have, yep, here we go. I have that up at 11:30. I posted. It's following the trend. Is it about to test 240 again? And I was already in this stock, but I just found it interesting that I was able to kind of predict that it was going to test 240 again, because it hadn't even tested this trend line that was created when the news had first come out. And it did break, and I posted again that, we broke trend, but it held support here at 234, which was around when I alerted it. And we had a strong close, which is good for next week. I think next week I'm going to get a chance to sell my position. I think it's going to test the 273 region, 273 area here sometime next week. There's not really too much, resistance. I mean, there's really not. 250, just because it's a whole number, will probably act as some resistance. But looking back, I mean, there's maybe 250. Maybe it moves up a little bit and comes back down. I think it's going to test this 273 area next week. I'll definitely keep you guys up to date and see how it goes. I plan on doing this with every trade really in my E-Trade account. Every swing trade I do, if I happen to day trade on it, I'll do that as well. But I'm setting up an account now where I really want to get better. I want to develop a plan, and you guys can see me on my journey. These are some support levels that I'm looking at. This is a trend line since they've dropped on their initial news, and a Seeking Alpha article came out with basically false data regarding their data. It wasn't anybody from the company that came out. It was somebody, a writer on Seeking Alpha that had come out with an article, and it destroyed the stock. Really, I mean, it really did. It bounced back, and I think I bought in on this day at 245, and I didn't have any plan. I didn't have any risk reward setups, or I didn't even really understand risk reward at this point. Um, my thought process was, well, if it breaks 190, which is just low, I'll sell. And it never really did. And in this one day, it broke 190, but it was for maybe 2 minutes. I would have had to have either had a stop loss, or, which I don't agree with. And there's a lot of things, a lot of books and other traders that agree with me on stop losses. The market makers can say them, and they'll bring the stock price down just to take your sell order so that they have more shares to sell at a higher price. Um, but anyway, I would have had to have been looking for in those 2 minutes to sell my order. So it never really broke this area, and for me to sell, and it's been trending ever since. And this trend line from this bottom to here acted as support on this level here. So to me, this trend line is going to be a strong support level moving forward. And this 220, seeing as how it took a higher than average volume through this move here to break it, I think this 220 area is going to act as support moving forward as well. So I don't see this stock moving below 220. I really don't. I see it breaking this 240 early next week, probably Monday, and breaking or breaking and holding 250 is what in my opinion, is what's going to happen. Um, but I'm looking more towards the 273, $3, somewhere in this range, really. That's probably where I'm looking to take some profits and look to get back in at a 275 bounce, 280 bounce, somewhere around this level here is acting as support before it makes its next move to 350. Or, in my opinion, I think at some point it's going to come back and break this 52-week high that was created back in August. Um, in swing trading, it's going to take some time. It's not going to be, it may be on Monday. That would be nice. I'd be happy. But a lot of times it's not going to happen like that. It's going to take, a week or 2 weeks to come back. And I'm looking to swing trade it until I find a better play. Um, and I'll go over those as well as they come up. If there's anything that you guys would like me to go over in the future, this is just a swing trade that I'm looking at right now. Let me know in the comments section, and thanks for watching.